It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, there are only 4 days left for all of you guys out there at home to bake your way to New York with Lancewood, South Africa's #1 cream cheese, as they hunt for South Africa's #1 cake. Now, the entries close this Sunday, so time is running out. Get in that kitchen, start baking today. In fact, today we have a baking fanatic, a food blogger, a foodie extraordinaire, photographer as well, Clara Jane Bjorkman, who's here from the Baking Ginger blog in studio to get us inspired to enter the Lancewood Cake-Off and, of course, put yourself in the running to win that amazing trip to New York worth 150,000 Rand. Wow. Every single time I say that,
I know.
Jane, it just blows my mind.
Can we go?
Can we just go? All right. So let's talk about your love for food, for baking, for cooking, and all that you do, and where it all started. I love the name Baking Ginger.
I mean it's self-explanatory, but yeah. So I've just always had like a massive sweet tooth. Like I was always in the kitchen with my mom, just like whipping up things. I would like create delicious concoctions and force feed them to my sister. They didn't always work. Sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't work.
What was some of the stuff that you fit?
I would just like create, like I would like throw like fudge in and then like add like cinnamon, like, and most of the time it worked.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it was just like a weird sloppy sauce, but she ate it anyway, so yeah.
And how did you then turn that passion and that super zany creativity into a viable career? Because you're now thriving off of it.
Yeah, so I think it was when I found like a love for photography as well.
Yeah.
So the combination of the two, like I just created my blog as a start, like just to put my recipes there. It was pretty much an excuse to bake and take photos.
Okay.
And then, you know, when you have like a passion for something, people see that and like it works. And then I got a chance to work with really cool brands. And here I am.
And here you are doing
what I love.
Things. And when talking about recipes, actually, and I'm looking at I've never seen this anywhere else before. So do these recipes come to you in a dream, in a, I don't know, and then you just conjure them up and then you create them? How do recipes come to you?
I think just from eating a lot of cake, to be honest.
You take your work very seriously, I understand.
I do, market research. Yeah, so I think it's just experimenting a little bit. So like I'll try something and then I'll be like, ooh, but it would be so nice if I add a little bit of this or top it with that. And Pinterest is also my friend.
Yeah.
You know.
What's the wildest recipe you've ever tried for a cake?
Probably something with like matcha, so like a nice like green tea thing, so it's like bitter and sweet at the same time. I love it when I love that combination of like sweet with bitter or salt.
Yeah.
So.
And of course, being part of this competition, you don't necessarily have to be a pro, right?
Not at all.
Anybody can be inspired.
Like,
you can make the simplest thing.
If you love food, which I hope we all do, you can just create something, anything, and you don't need to be a pro at all.
Yeah. And tell me about what you would come up with, because obviously one of the requirements is that you need to use a Lancewood product in your recipe. We're going to be trying out one of your recipes later on. But something simple that might inspire those would-be bakers that have now 4 days and like, oh, I need an idea now. And give us some tips.
I think pick one recipe that you know works already, something you love, and then add like a little zhuzh to it. So like maybe throw in some rose water, throw in some cardamom or anything. Like just start basic and then play around, taste the dough.
And then when it comes to taking that picture, do you have any tips about making it look good?
Yeah, you know, brownie points if it looks pretty. So add a little zhuzh and then like put it next to a window. So it's always good if there's good lighting. So place your plate next to a good window and then just snap it. But it doesn't need to be a professional photo.
No, not at all. On your phone. But I like the window idea, because when you get that natural light
just get a little soft lighting.
Maybe even open up the window so a little bird might just go and then
I mean,
captured there
if
slow-mo.
that's your thing, go for it.
Don't trust me, trust her. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, baking your way to New York could be as easy as that. Remember that entries do close on Sunday, the 3rd of June at midnight. So ready, steady, bake. Get in there and submit your entries on the LancewoodCakeoff.co.za website, and you could stand a chance of winning that trip of a lifetime to New York City worth 150,000 Rand. But stay tuned, because Jane is going to be baking something delicious a little bit later on.